welcome to the Star Experience, and this is Life Note, a page from life, one episode at a time. So this episode is actually very tender, especially with the topic that we're going to be discussing, which has to do with forgiveness. We've probably heard about it, we've probably discussed it, or even encountered it in our daily lives and all of that. But we're kind of going to delve into what forgiveness actually feels like. So I'm joined here with my beautiful friend Shanara, and I'm really excited for this episode because the topic that is forgiveness is something that we are all used to. It's either we've experienced it or someone has experienced it. So we are going to dive into it and then discuss it. Shanara, how are you? Welcome to this channel.
Thank you so much, Steph, for having me here today. I hope you all can understand my broken English.
No, it's okay.
And we can have a nice conversation.
Yeah. I'm happy you joined, and today's topic has to do with forgiveness, right? So this is like a discussion, and I'm excited to have you join me. So when we talk about forgiveness, what comes to mind?
Forgiveness for me there are many histories in our world that talk about forgiveness.
Yeah.
But I think the most famous one is the Bible.
Yeah.
That Jesus forgiven people many times, and it was one of his teachings.
Yes.
However, for me, for example, it was okay, I forgive the person, but really, what forgive means?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, forgiveness is more when you accept that the things are not going to change in terms of this person. If you are forgiving someone, you understand that it was a fault. You really say, I'm sorry, or I'm going to forgive you. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that the things are going to continue as it was in the past.
Okay.
So the person that is asking for forgiveness needs to understand that forgiveness is not an eraser.
Okay.
So this is an important thing to have in mind.
That's interesting. So it means that when you forgive someone, or when you're asking someone for forgiveness, you should not expect that things to go back the way it used to be. It may or may not. Have you actually encountered a situation where someone asked you to forgive them and then things went back to normal?
I think when I was asked for forgiveness, it was not as before.
Okay.
Especially because forgiveness is very connected with truth.
Okay.
So if I can't rely on the person anymore, it's difficult to forgive and keep the things going. So I suggest for everyone who is looking for forgiveness, for example, to ask for the forgiveness and really work to change. Really work to change, because many people just say, oh, for example, I made something bad to Stella, and just say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm very sad because what I did was wrong, I was not right, and continue doing the same stuff. So it's not going to change anything. And in the next time that you make something wrong, Stella is not going to forgive you anymore.
Yeah, because the first time, you asked for forgiveness, but you didn't mean it, and you went back to do the same thing.
Exactly. So the most important, and even when we talk about Bible, sometimes Jesus say oh, I'm going to forgive your fault, but don't make this mistake anymore. Okay. So I think this is a very interesting teaching about that. So okay, you are asking for forgiveness, you have your time, because in terms of forgiveness, another point is that the process of forgiveness takes time.
It does.
So sometimes I forgive someone, but it doesn't mean from this moment to forever I'm not going to feel any sadness or anything bad about the person. It will take time to recover the confidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like an immediate change. It will not go back to normal. It may actually go back to normal, but it would take time. Like you said, you have to work to gain the person's trust again. Because when you hurt the person's feelings and all of that, you can come back and then ask for forgiveness from the person. But because of how hurt the person is deep down, it's going to be very hard for the person to just be like, okay, you know what, I've forgiven you. Let's just move on and be friends or be the way we used to be. Some people, it would take like just some few days. Some people, it will take months. Some it can even take years. So maybe, so maybe it also depends on the, you know, the weight of the harm that you have caused the person, like how deep, you know, you have hurt the person, you know, inside. Because if it is something little, sometimes you can be like, oh, this is not anything, let's just move past it. But sometimes you feel so hurt and it's very hard to forgive. But you have to, because you're human, right? And you have to move on, like, and continue with whatever, you know, relationship you have.
Yeah, and sometimes we think like, oh, this person doesn't deserve my forgiveness.
Yes.
This person doesn't deserve. But the forgiveness is more for you than for the person.
Exactly. It makes you free. You know, you feel relieved, and when you see the person, you know, you meet the person like in person, you don't feel a certain type of way after you have forgiven them. You know, you feel more comfortable than when you find yourself in the same space and there is tension everywhere and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to see this person. And it's like you build it inside you and you're always thinking about it. It's occupying space in your mind. But if you're able to let it go, you will feel more comfortable if the person's around. So it's not just for the person, but also for you to feel safe and be at peace with yourself.
100%. And something that I also experienced in terms of forgiveness is forgiving the person without they ask for forgiveness.
Has it happened to you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it happened. And for me, it was a really interesting experience because I just understood that this person is not going to change.
Okay.
It's all that this person can offer is just, sorry for the term, just shit stuff.
Yeah.
It's all they can have. So why I am going to have all this anger, these bad feelings in my heart, you know? So I just understand this is everything that this person can give, unfortunately. So I forgive because they can't offer anything good. I'm sorry.
That's
of
true.
course, I am not going to be close friends or keeping a close relationship with this person. But I absolutely understand that, I can give the forgiveness and I can move on with my life. If I'm going to meet this person again, it will be fine. Yeah. But honestly, this person just move on with their life and I'm good if I meet them. And sometimes they don't even think they are wrong.
That's true.
And because they have their values, they have their understanding about the world. And sometimes they think they don't even hurt you, you know? Sometimes it was unintentional. Yeah. So sometimes I just think of myself, I forgive this person. But even though I'm forgiving this person, doesn't say, as I said before, I'm not passing a razor. It's just understand that the person has limitations and I can move and be happy in my life.
Yeah, that I agree with you. I've actually forgiven people that never asked me for forgiveness, also because I wanted to be at peace with myself, and I didn't go back to be friends with them anymore, because I felt like, one, you didn't even realize you were wrong. Two, you never took any step to actually apologize, right? And three, you're not even doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Because if you say you're friends with someone and the person hurts you and you value that friendship, you talk about it, right?
Yeah.
You let the person know that, okay, you know what, this is the situation, you hurt me so bad. I didn't like how you treated me, this, that. And then we talk about it, like mature people, and then we move on, But if you keep it inside you, you're actually going to suffer, and I'll probably like not even know how you feel.
Yeah, I experienced something that I was angry about someone for decades. Decades. And I didn't talk to this person. I was in a different type of relationship with this person because I just wanted this person far from me. And once I realized that I was keeping these thoughts, these bad thoughts in my mind. No, because about that person, I want this person far from me because this person did X, Y, Z, and I disagree. This person hurted me, and I was my entire life feeling these bad feelings, and every time these bad thoughts and bad feelings appeared in my life. So, and I asked myself, okay, what I'm going to do with these bad thoughts about the person? In what extent these thoughts and these feelings are helping me? In nothing. It was just making my heart very poisoned. You know, and then I think, okay, I'm going conscious, forgive this person, I forgive everything. I'm talking it and remember this person. And I say, I forgive this person for everything this person made. And I understand that it's all that this person can do. And I need to move forward with my life, you know. Something that I learned from this experience is say, okay, from now on, I will be very careful to don't do the same with other people. So I'm always paying attention. Oh, I'm acting as a bad person or not. Oh, I am acting as this person, so I am using this experience as an example for the future. So in the future, I'm not going to do this with other people in similar situations.
Okay. Have you had a situation where you are the one asking for forgiveness and not someone asking you? Like you're not at the receiving end, but it's like you are the one asking for forgiveness. Has that happened before?
Let me think.
Maybe in a friendship, relationship, family.
I'm trying to remember.
As you're thinking about it, I wanted to also say something about people that are finding it very difficult to forgive when they are being approached. You know, sometimes someone will come to you and they'll ask for forgiveness, and there are people that find it so hard. You know, like very, very hard to forgive. Why do you think is the case? Like, why is it so hard, like for people to actually forgive, even though they are being approached? I think it's because of how hurt they are deep down, or they just don't want to have anything to do with it.
I think it's a lot regarding ego.
Ego, okay.
Because some people, they feel like, oh, this person shouldn't hurt me because I'm a very important person. And now this one is going to ask for forgiveness. And I am not going to give it because this person didn't do well with me. So it will have a big ego. How this person did something bad with me, you know? So, and sometimes there are people who accept the forgiveness just for revenge.
How?
For example.
Okay.
For example. You made something wrong. And you are asking me for forgiveness. Say, okay, Stella, of course I forgive you. But it's not real.
Oh, you pretended. They want you to
Yeah.
get close to them again so they can
do their revenge. It's like we see it a lot in relationship.
Yeah.
Sometimes the girl say, or the boy, oh, okay, I'm going to forgive you. I accept you back.
But
and then the person, and then the person kicks the person
That's
after.
crazy. Like, guys, put it in the comment section if you have actually like experienced that. Imagine like you don't know what is going through the person's mind, and then they pretend and tell you that okay, they're forgiving you, only to hurt you back.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Yeah, so I can connect it with the question you made for me. It's not something that I failed, but I made a decision in life once. And I changed my mind.
Okay.
So I said sorry. I don't know if I hurted the person because the person never told me.
Okay.
But I said, I'm sorry, I changed my mind. I think it was wrong. And then the person, okay, nice, okay, no problem. And then the person came back like one day after, saying, no, but I was thinking better. I prefer not. I prefer not keep talking to you anymore because of the situation. Then I said, okay, so the person probably was just waiting for a revenge.
Yeah.
You know, of course, it was not very intense in my life, but it was a small experience about it.
Yeah.
And another situation, I had a very complicated situation.
Okay.
Once with a big special friend. For a time, I was very jealous about people. I am better on it, but I was very jealous.
Yeah.
And then I got jealous about another friend, you know. And then I said many things to my friend. I was younger.
Yeah.
I said many things to this friend, and this friend stopped to talk to me because I was like very talkative about the situation.
Okay.
And the person like blocked me, for example. It's not like nowadays, but something like this. And then I went to ask for forgiveness.
Okay.
And the person didn't even respond me.
Okay.
I said, I'm sorry, I didn't want to mean, I don't want to lose your friendship. Your friendship is very important for me.
Yeah.
I need to work on my jealousy. I know it's not healthy.
Yeah.
And I said everything to this person, and the person didn't respond to me at all. I was very heartbroken because I was expecting that if I'm asking for forgiveness,
Yeah.
automatically the person say, okay, I'm going to forgive you.
Yeah.
Even though our relationship was not the same. But it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because the person really felt hurted by the way that I act.
So it was very hard for them to forgive you, even though you made the effort to come to them.
Yeah.
I feel like when you make an effort to reach out to someone to ask for forgiveness, it's like you feel like you're making the effort.
Yeah.
So you expect that they open their arms and welcome you and be like, okay, you know what, it's fine, but not keep it inside them and be like, okay, you know what, I don't want to talk about it. Just deal with yourself.
But what happened was I was a big friend of this person and I didn't want to lose this friendship at all. So I didn't want to be invasive. But every 6 months,
you would text them.
I texted the person, say, hi, I'm here, I've been doing this and that, I hope you are doing well, just saying, I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate your friendship. It went on. Every 6 months, I think after 2 or 3 years messaging, the person sent me the message back.
Okay. They responded after 3 years.
Yeah, and it was a guy who said, oh, Shonara, how are you doing?
Yeah.
How's your life? Then we kept talking again, and we are friends. We are friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it took 3 years. So imagine if you had given up, because like every 6 months you keep sending messages and he's not responding until he responded like after 3 years. If you had stopped, maybe you wouldn't have been friends right now.
Yeah, and it has something with the emotional construction, how people act emotionally, because we are not all the same.
True. Do you think that sometimes we have just high expectations? Like we want people to just move on so quick from after hurting them, and then we apologize. Like we just expect them to move on so quick.
Yeah.
Like in your situation.
Yeah.
Like, it took a while. Like,
Took a while.
Yeah.
Took a really while, and I was very disappointed with this friend. How is this person my friend and is acting as they are? You know, this is something that we need to pay attention and understand that sometimes the person is not ready to forgive.
True.
You know, sometimes the person is not ready.
True, you are right. And sometimes when you hurt somebody and then you reach out to the person and ask for forgiveness and the person is not ready, like this the same situation that you spoke about, and it keeps dragging and dragging, you might get tired of, you keep reaching out to the person. You might just get tired and be like, okay, you know what, I've asked for forgiveness. I've done my part. I don't want to continue. Maybe after some time,
after some years,
the person will get over it, and you don't even know when.
Yeah.
The person might come back or never come back.
Exactly, never come back. But I think I did my part as well.
Yeah.
So I it was a good moment in my life to become more mature and deal better with jealousy. So it was a point of learning. Sometimes we need to have it in life as well.
Have you had any situation where like somebody like you having like issues with someone and it's like you want to get back to the person and forgive the person because you feel emotional about the fact that the person keeps asking for forgiveness, that you're like, oh, this person keeps trying, let me just forgive him or her. And then you have another person at the back door, maybe a friend, who keeps talking to you and saying, oh, don't forgive him, don't forgive her, you know, what they did to you was so bad, like forget about them.
Yeah.
Has it okay to you? Because it has happened to me before, where it's like someone has done something to me and then another person keeps telling me to let them go. And I kind of wasn't okay with the fact that I'm like, this person keeps reaching out and asking me to forgive them. I have a very soft, so I was like, oh, okay, let me take them back. But the thing is, you're scared of allowing them back into your life because you don't know if you should even trust them anymore or not. But they still need your attention, and someone else is advising you against them.
Yeah.
And you're like in the middle.
They understand people can make mistakes. But besides of my bad experience, there are other people saying bad stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I will be more careful to rebuild my trust in this person.
Okay, so it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it takes a while. And I think forgiveness has a lot with time. And this is what I've been understanding from our conversation. Because we take time to forgive, it's all about time.
Yeah. You know, one thing that we've been talking about when it comes to forgiveness is two people involved or two or more people involved. But sometimes when you think about forgiveness, you leave yourself out because sometimes you don't want to forgive yourself for something you have done.
How that?
For example, if you do something that you feel bad within yourself, not necessarily to somebody, you find it difficult to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
It's like there is no one involved. It's just you.
Self-forgiveness.
Self-forgiveness. And it's like you keep blaming yourself and you're like, oh, I did this, I did that. Yes, this is the reason. I didn't take this thing serious. This is why this is happening. I made this move. I made this decision. That is why the results is like this.
It's horrible.
It's like you don't want to forgive yourself for something that you have done to yourself. So in that situation, how do you deal with it? Sometimes I feel like maybe occupying your mind with other stuff can actually help you to get over it and forget about it. But if you come to the realization that, oh, we all make mistakes. And sometimes some of the decisions that we make, we think that it would yield results A. Unfortunately, results B would come. And then we are hurt because what we expect is not what we get. So it's like we feel so bad about it. And we find it difficult to forgive ourselves for some of the decisions that we make. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there is a lot about self-compassion because we need to understand that we are not perfect.
Yeah.
And we make mistakes, and to grow in life, we make mistakes. It's like a baby when they are walking, they are falling down all the time. So I learned to forgive myself.
Okay.
Because because usually I'm very hard with myself and want to be the best person ever.
Yeah.
But our mind, unfortunately, we don't have only good thoughts in our mind. Sometimes we have bad thoughts, and these bad thoughts, they are stronger. They are it's like our instinct.
Yeah.
And when we saw, we already done the bad thing. So how can we recalculate the rules? So I think this is the moment in our life that we need to realize that we are doing things wrong and stop with it. But not like punishing. Just say, okay, it happens. But okay, I did this wrong. What I can do the next time to make it different?
Interesting. Yeah.
And maybe the next time will not be 100% perfect.
Yeah.
But you'll be like 50% better.
Yeah, it's like a gradual process.
Yeah.
Do you have any question for me regarding forgiveness and maybe anything surrounding it and maybe what we've spoken about?
Yeah, I think I would like to ask you if, because you've been in contact with people from all over the world.
Okay.
How do you experience forgiveness with different cultures?
Forgiveness with different cultures. Okay, so I think that personally, it's not about the culture when it comes to me. It's about realizing within yourself that okay, you need to ask for forgiveness from somebody. Because I have a friend from, I don't know if I mentioned the country, you probably know, but from Costa Rica. And he actually did something that hurts me so bad. He's actually my friend, like we do assignments together and stuff like that. And he's not from Costa Rica, but he's from one of the Latin American countries. And then he actually did something that actually got me feeling a certain type of way. And he never got back to say he's sorry or anything, even though we were so close. But it took a while, and he came to the realization that, okay, what he did wasn't really cool. And I was finding it hard to also communicate with him. But I feel like it didn't have anything to do with his culture and where he's coming from. Maybe culture can actually play a role in terms of how long it would take for somebody to make a move, or maybe when it comes to maybe like the person's upbringing. Sometimes when you experience certain things from childhood and then you grow up with it, it becomes part of you because you grew up in such an environment where maybe people don't forgive each other. So when you grow up, it's like it becomes part of you. You think it's normal that, oh, I don't have to forgive you. I have to ignore you. So you think it's normal. But I'm not saying that is a situation with him. I'm just saying that, culture may actually play a role in how people deal with stuff like that. But for me, I've encountered a lot of people from, different parts of the world, and forgiving them has nothing to do with their culture. It's just the personality and realizing that you need to ask for forgiveness and also opening up and allowing the person. I've never had issues when people approach me and be like, okay, I hurt you and I apologize for it. I don't mind if the person is coming from Costa Rica or República Dominicana or Ecuador or Colombia or Brazil. I don't really mind. It's just a personality. I don't treat them different. It's just the same way.
I think usually men have more problem to ask for forgiveness. Especially in a more sexist countries.
Okay.
Because the men don't think, because sometimes asking for forgiveness is a signal of weakness.
But that shouldn't be the case.
It shouldn't be the case, but some people feel weak if they are going to ask for forgiveness.
You just mentioned something about the men, and do you think when it comes to gender, like between men and women, who is more likely to ask for forgiveness?
Woman, for sure.
Okay.
Because we want to resolve the problems. We are more like trying to reduce the cost. Of course, it's not 100%. but usually, you know, and even when I have some situations with friends that I observe with our friends, I observe that the man says, I'm not going to ask for forgiveness. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just joking, or I'm not. It's woman stuff. She's very emotional, you know. Okay. And then the girl is waiting for forgiveness, and because she felt hurt. So what I've been observing about it is like more. There are some countries in the world that they are more. Where the man is more like they are more macho, more intense in his masculinity, and they think they are in a higher position than the woman, and they are not going to ask for forgiveness. Yeah,
that's interesting. That a man would feel that type of way. And mentioning the woman, I feel like. Sometimes the men feel like maybe when you approach them to kind of talk about something, they think you just they think it's just about, you know, they always talking about, I want my peace of mind, I don't want drama, like nagging and all of that, but it's not all the case. So I feel like maybe men run away from, you know, having a conversation. And finding a conclusion, and maybe there is a need for somebody to ask for forgiveness, that would happen.
Exactly. And something else that I've been thinking is that sometimes the forgiveness, when a person asks for forgiveness, it's not like, Stella, please forgive me. They are going to reach you out in the other ways. You know? So I did something wrong to you. And I'm feeling bad. Maybe I'm not going to say, Stella, forgive me. Say, hey, Stella, let's go hang out outside.
So it's indirect.
Indirect, I see it a lot as well.
Is it because they find it very difficult to say the word? So they just...
I think the persons don't feel like... They think too much drama, asking for forgiveness. So they want to try to make up the situation. So
asking you out.
Something else, you know, to try to be different. For example, I have a very nice friend that he took some time, a while, to answer my messages. But it's because it's the way he is. But the way that he tries to make up with me when he, like, for example, many times he scheduled something with me, and at the same day or one day before, he says, Shinara, I'm very busy, and I'm going to, I can't go. I can't go out with you, for example. And then in 3 days, this person, I bought this thing for you, or did you see it? Or let's go to do something. It's on my own.
Trying to make up for what happened,
for the situation,
but not directly say that. I'm sorry for that.
And sometimes what we need to do is learning how is the forgiveness mode of this person. Because sometimes the person is going to be very literal. They are going to say, Stella, forgive me. Or sometimes they are going to just say, Stella, let's go to the swimming pool. I can buy you a drink or ice cream, you know, and they are going to make it better. You know, I've been doing it a lot in life because sometimes at least in my perception, and I don't think it's the case to ask for forgiveness because I don't think, maybe for the person it's something very big, but for me it's not that big. So I just try to reach out to the person again without all this conversation. And sometimes what I do is I try to talk to the person that I did something wrong and see how it goes. Feel the environment, you know. And if the person, I see that the person is really upset, then I talk. I talk about the things. It's really hurting the person. So, Otherwise, if the person is doing good, I just do something else. You know, and try to be nice and don't do the same mistake again.
Honestly, forgiving someone makes you relieved and makes you be at peace. And I feel like it's something that we need to kind of like adopt, and we need to practice like almost all the time, because sometimes people act a certain way because it has not become part of them, you know. But when you practice it every single time, then you get used to it. So it's easy to forgive someone and just move on. For me, I don't really like drama. I don't. If I see drama, I'm running away. If I see drama, if it's something that we can work with and resolve, fine, and then we all move on. But there are some people, they will carry the problems for so many years, and I don't have that energy. You carry one problem like for so many years, and it's like it keeps haunting you, and anytime you see this person, just leave it aside and move on, and just you'll be at peace with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like, of course, there are many levels of forgiveness, you know. Some things, sometimes you just do the small stuff, then it's easier to forgive. But there are things that, as you said, it's very deep, very sad, and in this case, it will take some time, and it means like you understand that sometimes a person takes time to forgive you, and sometimes you need to give yourself time. You say, look, I'm going to forgive you, but I'm not in the moment to hang out yet. For me, it's everything fine. And the person needs to respect your time. So I think it's all about time.
Yeah, it's all about time. Do you have any other questions?
No, I'm perfect.
Okay. I'm actually glad that I've been able to sit with you to actually discuss this. And this is like live page where I talk about things concerning, pages of life, there are chapters. It's like a book. So you find chapters in there, and then you find pages in the chapters and all of that. So it's like forgiveness is actually one of the pages that we have gotten to that I felt the need to talk about, and I'm happy that you've been able to honor this invitation to join me for us to talk about it. And I know you'll be available for more discussions. I know how busy you are, but I'm sure as time goes on, we'll be able to talk about, other stuff. Is there something that you want to tell our viewers in terms of forgiveness? Maybe something short?
Be always open to forgive people, and also forgive yourself, because it's very important to move on with our lives and always improve ourselves as human beings.
Yes, forgiveness is not just about making the person feel better, but also being at peace with your own self. So you're not only doing it for the person, you're also doing it for yourself. This is Life Notes. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you in another page from life.
Bye.
Bye.